Benfica lost at home to Real Madrid in the Champions League, but the real story isn't the scoreline. The real headline is the chaos surrounding Vinícius Jr., a mass confrontation, accusations of racist abuse, provocation claims, and a Champions League match that turned into a full-scale scandal. And while that drama exploded, the transfer market kept cooking. Tottenham are reportedly ready to pay around 95 million for Nico Williams. Manchester United want a major midfield rebuild and are linked with Mac Allister. And Arsenal are preparing a huge move for Ousmane Dembélé from PSG. Let's go in order. Real versus Benfica. How it became a scandal night. On the pitch, Real Madrid approached the game cautiously. The coaching staff clearly wanted control first, risk later. Compact shape without the ball, structured defending, and they gradually increased pressure as the match went on. Benfica started with energy, but Real's control grew. Then came the moment, minute 50. Vinícius scores a stunning finish into the far top corner from a very difficult angle. And right after scoring, everything shifts. Instead of a calm celebration, Vinícius goes to the corner flag and dances directly in front of Benfica's supporters. Now context matters. The atmosphere was already tense before kickoff, with reports of Real's team bus being targeted on the way to the stadium. So after that celebration, objects start flying toward Vinícius. The referee steps in, tells Real's players to avoid provoking the crowd, and Vinícius receives a yellow card. But that's only the beginning. The Prestiani clash and the point of no return. After the booking, Vinícius doesn't cool down. He moves toward Benfica player Gianluca Prestiani, and they exchange words while covering their mouths with their shirts. That alone raises eyebrows. Players usually do that when they're saying something they do not want on camera. Then Vinícius runs to the referee and claims he was racially abused. From that moment, football stops being the main thing. Players argue. One side demands punishment. The other side accuses Vinícius of provoking the entire situation. The crowd is raging. Vinícius even walks off in protest. People try to bring him back, but the match is already out of control. Soon, the confrontation spreads near the touchline. Players, substitutes, staff members, a mass brawl, chaos on and off the pitch. Real eventually hold on for a narrow win, but nobody remembers the tactics now. They remember the scandal. UEFA opened an investigation, and if this is confirmed racist abuse, the consequences can be massive, because this isn't just he said, she said. At this level, you have multiple camera angles, partial audio referee reports, player statements, and huge public pressure. But versions of the story are conflicting. One version says a racial slur was used. Another version claims it was a different insult. And the shirt over mouth detail makes people believe it might have been something serious. Vinícius posted afterwards, saying racists are cowards who hide their faces. Mourinho commented in classic Mourinho style. He criticized Vinícius for provoking the crowd, but also said racism, if proven, must be punished. Mbappé then spoke very strongly, suggesting he heard what was said. And there were also reports of more incidents, tunnel tension, journalist problems near the stadium, more conflict beyond the pitch. So this is no longer one moment, it's a chain reaction. And that's why this is being framed as a Champions League level scandal. One phrase can lead to suspensions, fines, and serious consequences. Now transfers. Reports suggest Tottenham are ready to trigger Nico Williams' release clause around $95 million. That's a massive number. Yes, the talent is real. Speed, dribbling, big game profile. But the concern is also real. Inconsistent form across the last 2 seasons and constant questions about fitness. At 95 million, you're not buying potential, you're buying impact. And if a player arrives with ongoing physical issues, the Premier League can destroy that move quickly. So the question is simple. Does Tottenham want a superstar headline, or do they want a reliable match winner every week? Next, Manchester United. The diagnosis is clear. Midfield depth and quality is a structural issue. Too few reliable options, too little rotation, and one injury can break the entire system. That's why the summer plan reportedly focuses on midfield. And the name that instantly causes noise, Alexis Mac Allister. You understand why. He controls tempo, progresses the ball, resists pressure, connects the lines. But reality hits fast. He's a key Liverpool player, and major transfers between Liverpool and United are almost non-existent, especially involving core starters. So money alone won't do it. You'd need Liverpool willing to even listen, the player willing to cross that rivalry line, and an enormous offer. The figure being discussed is over 100 million, which could tempt any club to think. Still, it's one of the hardest deals on the market. Now PSG and Dembélé. Reports suggest Dembélé has been unhappy, complaining about the squad, the vibe, the unity, and when those things go public, it usually means the dressing room isn't stable. On the pitch, his influence has also dropped compared to last season, and there's a symbolic moment mentioned. PSG looked sharper after he left injured, with another player bringing energy and directness immediately. That's when the Arsenal rumors appear. Arteta reportedly sees Dembélé not just as a name, but as a tactical weapon. Both wings, inside roles, even false nine, adding unpredictability in big matches. The issue is cost. His contract runs until 2028. PSG won't sell cheap, so if this move happens, it likely requires rising tension inside PSG, the player pushing for an exit, and Arsenal making an offer. PSG can't ignore. That's the day in football. A Champions League game turns into a global scandal, UEFA launches an investigation, and the outcome could involve major punishments. The next few weeks could be explosive.